It's me. Hi, I'm the problem.
So I was tagged in this video a few times before the original poster took it down, and I had several other people send it to me asking me to comment on it. And I have to be honest, it's taken me a while to really process it and put together my thoughts. Why? Because about 50 years ago, I was that boy. Now you might think I'm angry, but the reality is, yeah, I'm a little bit angry, but my main emotion is sadness. Pure sadness. Because you see, as I said, I was that little boy about 50 years ago. I was the one whose mother blamed him for all of society's problems. I was the one who was told, you are responsible for the unfairness towards women. You are responsible for the patriarchy. And I heard it every day of my life until I escaped at 16 years old. And it took me decades to overcome that abuse. Because when you're blamed for all of society's ills, you try and reach out and cope in any way you possibly can. And let's be clear, these aren't isolated instances. This is the reality for literally millions and millions of young boys. They grow up and hear this day after day in the media, social media, society in general, and yes, even from their parents, that there's something wrong with them. That they are to blame for, well, you fill in the blank. And how do you think that affects them as they grow up? It certainly doesn't make them happy. It makes them feel like there's something wrong with them. And if you really want to see why teen males are unaliving themselves at ever-increasing numbers, turning to drugs, alcohol, and a host of other substances, or going into schools and doing, well, you know what, this is one of the reasons, if not the biggest reason why. And the sad thing is, the horrific thing is, no one's willing to talk about it. No one's willing to acknowledge it. It's swept under the rug because it doesn't fit the narrative that girls/women are good, boys/men are bad. And let me be clear, I mean no ill will towards this mother. The video has been taken down, hopefully because someone opened her eyes. But the reality is this needs to be a conversation. It's an uncomfortable one, I admit, but it needs to be had. Because boys, and ultimately men, are struggling. And until we're willing to admit that, until we're willing to address it, and until we're willing to stop blaming them for all of society's ills, it's only going to get worse.